Every single one of us, at some point in our lives, encounters that subtle yet persistent whisper of self-doubt. It lingers like a shadow barely visible, yet powerful enough to cloud our decisions and dampen our confidence. But here is the deeper truth: the real struggle is not against external circumstances. It is against our own perceptions. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. Stoicism, born among the bustling markets and marble columns of ancient Greece and Rome, teaches that freedom does not come from securing everything we desire. It comes from mastering our desires and responses. It teaches that peace lies not in controlling events, but in governing our reactions to them. If you have ever felt weighed down by negativity or paralyzed by doubt, this philosophy offers something practical. Stoicism is not merely historical theory. It is a toolkit for resilience. It provides mental armor capable of transforming self-doubt into clarity and adversity into growth. Let us explore how these ancient principles cultivate modern strength and reshape how we view ourselves and the world around us. Number 1. Understanding negative thoughts and self-doubt. Negative thoughts are not random intrusions. They are patterns of thinking formed over time. These habitual interpretations influence mood, confidence, and mental health. The Stoics offered a profound insight. It is not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. When something goes wrong, the mind often reacts with, "Why does this always happen to me?" Or, "I must have failed." Stoicism reminds us that these reactions are within our control. We cannot always dictate what happens. We can always choose how we interpret it. When self-doubt arises, remember, these thoughts are not objective truths, they are interpretations. And interpretations can be questioned. Stoicism does not demand emotional suppression. It encourages emotional examination. Observe your thoughts as if you were a neutral judge. Ask, is this rational? Is it helpful? Does it reflect reality or merely fear? This discipline requires practice and patience. It demands awareness and effort. Yet the reward is immense. A steady mind is cultivated one capable of transforming setbacks into opportunities for learning and growth. Number 2, changing your perspective. Shifting perspective is not simply about optimism. It is about changing the internal narrative through which experiences are filtered. The Stoics believed that altering perception alters emotional response and therefore alters life itself. Consider a workplace mistake. The automatic reaction may be, "I am incompetent." Stoicism challenges this reflex. That statement is not a fact. It is an interpretation. Instead of softening reality, Stoicism reframes it. What can this mistake teach me? How does this challenge strengthen me? Obstacles, in Stoic thought, are not barriers. They are training grounds. Each difficulty offers refinement. Each failure contains instruction that by adjusting perspective, you reclaim power. You move from victim of circumstance to architect of growth. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is a powerful reminder that what appears to block us can, with the right perspective, become the very path forward. Changing your perspective also means recognizing that you are the narrator of your own life. You can tell yourself a story of defeat and despair, or you can write one of resilience and growth. This is not about denying hardship. It is about choosing where to place your focus on what you can learn, what you can influence, and how you can evolve through the challenge. Another Stoic technique for shifting perspective is the view from above. This involves imagining stepping back and observing your life from a distance as if from high above. From this broader vantage point, today's overwhelming problems shrink in scale. Number 3, Focus on what you can control. This principle lies at the heart of Stoicism, and applying it can fundamentally change your life. It requires recognizing the difference between what is within your power and what is not. The Stoics were clear. Some things are up to us, many are not. You cannot control the weather, traffic, or other people's actions. Attempting to do so only leads to frustration. What you can control are your thoughts, reactions, and behaviors. That is where your power resides. Imagine competing for a promotion at work. You might become anxious about your colleague's performance. But the Stoic response shifts attention inward. Focus on your own effort, your attitude, and the quality of your work. By concentrating on what you control, you improve both performance and peace of mind. Epictetus stated plainly, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When circumstances disappoint, instead of blaming external factors, ask, what can I influence? What can I learn? Focusing on control also means releasing dependence on external validation. Stoicism teaches that contentment arises from integrity and effort, not outcomes, which are often shaped by forces beyond us. Number 4. Building resilience through Stoic practices. Resilience, in Stoic philosophy, is the ability to maintain inner balance regardless of external change. It means not becoming overly elated in success nor excessively defeated in hardship. It is emotional equilibrium. One foundational Stoic practice is premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of adversity. While it may sound pessimistic, it is profoundly practical. This exercise involves mentally preparing for possible negative outcomes. The purpose is not to dwell on fear, but to reduce shock and anxiety if difficulties arise. By imagining potential challenges in advance, you strengthen your capacity to respond calmly. Consider preparing for an important presentation. A Stoic approach would involve contemplating possible setbacks, technical issues, forgotten lines, unexpected questions. You then plan responses, backup materials, calming breaths, clear structure. Having already considered these obstacles, you are less likely to panic if they occur. You meet them with readiness rather than fear. Another Stoic method involves focusing on what is enduring rather than what is temporary. Many stresses are fleeting. Reputation, setbacks, embarrassment, these pass. Character, wisdom, and integrity endure. By anchoring your identity in what lasts, you cultivate stability. Temporary disruptions lose their power over you. Stoicism emphasizes enduring values such as courage, justice, temperance, and wisdom, qualities that do not weaken under pressure but often strengthen because of it. When you anchor your identity in these principles, external events lose their power to destabilize you. For example, if you value wisdom, a personal setback becomes a lesson rather than a defeat. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, you ask what can be learned. In this way, every challenge becomes a stepping stone toward deeper character and understanding. Stoicism also encourages regular reflection. Through self-examination, you assess whether your actions align with your values. This reflective habit increases self-awareness, which is essential for resilience. When you recognize how you typically react to stress or adversity, you gain the ability to adjust those reactions consciously, guiding them toward greater steadiness and rationality. Building resilience does not mean eliminating vulnerability. It means acknowledging it and meeting it with clarity and courage. Practices such as premeditation of adversity and grounding yourself in enduring values are not abstract theories. They are practical tools that strengthen you for the realities of modern life. Number 5. Surrounding yourself with positivity. The people around us profoundly shape our thoughts, emotions, and actions. The Stoics understood this and advised keeping company with those who embody the virtues we admire. If you spend your time among individuals who constantly complain, criticize, or dwell on negativity, maintaining a constructive mindset becomes difficult. Conversely, when you surround yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you constructively, and focus on growth, you are more likely to adopt those qualities yourself. Begin by evaluating your social circle. Ask yourself, who inspires me? Who energizes me via or drains me? This exercise is not about judging others harshly or abruptly cutting ties. It is about consciously choosing where to invest your time and energy. Epictetus advised keeping company with those whose presence brings out your best self. Apply this by cultivating relationships with people who encourage growth, discipline, optimism, and resilience. This principle applies equally in professional environments. Seek mentors and colleagues who demonstrate steadiness and integrity under pressure. Their example will subtly influence your own conduct. Positivity also extends beyond relationships to the content you consume and the environments you inhabit. In a media-saturated world, curate your input deliberately. Choose books, podcasts, and conversations that enrich your mind rather than inflame fear or negativity. Similarly, design your physical surroundings to reflect calm and order. A tidy, peaceful space supports mental clarity. Stoicism values simplicity and structure. Creating such environments nurtures inner tranquility. Surrounding yourself with positivity means intentionally creating an ecosystem, a combination of people, environments, and influences that strengthens your best self. While you cannot control every external circumstance, you can choose where to direct your energy and whom to share it with. By doing so, you build a life that not only reflects Stoic wisdom but also supports you in practicing it consistently. Number 6. Gratitude and contentment. Gratitude and contentment are central threads in Stoic philosophy. They remind us that true happiness does not come from acquiring more, but from appreciating what already exists. This principle is not merely about feeling pleasant emotions. It is about developing mental strength and emotional resilience. The Stoics taught that dissatisfaction often arises from endless desire. By cultivating gratitude, we protect ourselves from the constant hunger for more. We shift focus from scarcity to abundance. A practical exercise can make this tangible. Each day, identify 3 things you are grateful for. They need not be grand. Perhaps a warm cup of coffee, a meaningful conversation, or a quiet morning. This simple act trains the mind to recognize goodness, counterbalancing its natural bias toward problems and threats. Contentment flows naturally from gratitude. The Stoics believed that peace arises from accepting what we have and where we are, rather than constantly chasing what we think will complete us. Seneca expressed this clearly when he observed that poverty is not having too little, but desiring too much. Contentment also requires presence. Instead of dwelling in regret or anxiety, Stoicism invites us to anchor ourselves in the present moment. Life unfolds here, not in imagined futures or rewritten pasts. Acceptance of the present reduces anxiety and nurtures a steady peace. Gratitude and contentment are not passive emotions. They are deliberate choices. While external events may remain outside our control, our response to them remains within our power. Choosing gratitude consistently strengthens inner stability. Over time, these choices become habits, shaping a resilient and peaceful outlook. Number 7. Acceptance and letting go. Stoicism teaches that much suffering originates from attempting to control what cannot be controlled. The weather, the past, other people's actions, these lie beyond our direct influence. What remains within our power are our actions and reactions. This echoes the spirit of Stoic philosophy, cultivates serenity to accept what cannot be changed, courage to change what can, and wisdom to distinguish between the two. Acceptance does not imply resignation. It means recognizing reality without layering it with exaggerated fear or distorted expectation. Consider being passed over for a promotion. Disappointment is natural. Yet Stoicism advises acknowledging the event without allowing it to define your identity or dictate your emotional equilibrium. Acceptance frees energy previously spent resisting reality. It creates clarity. Letting go of what cannot be altered allows you to redirect effort toward growth, improvement, and future opportunity. By embracing acceptance and releasing attachment to uncontrollable outcomes, you cultivate steadiness. And in that steadiness, resilience flourishes. Instead, we can release resentment and redirect our focus toward what we can do next, perhaps refining our skills, seeking constructive feedback, or exploring new opportunities. Letting go is equally essential. It means relinquishing the desire for circumstances to be different when that desire serves only to prolong dissatisfaction. It involves not clinging to past hurts, grudges, or even former achievements. Attachment to what cannot be changed keeps us anchored in stagnation. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This insight directs attention inward. Our authority lies in governing thoughts and actions, not in controlling external realities. Practically, acceptance and release can be cultivated through mindfulness. Meditation teaches observation without attachment, recognizing when we are replaying the past or worrying about the future. Then, gently returning attention to the present moment. This practice strengthens acceptance and deepens calm. Begin with small situations. When confronted with inconveniences, traffic, cancelled plans, unexpected weather, practice telling yourself, this is how it is, and it is okay. Number 8. Self-reflection and growth. Stoicism places strong emphasis on self-reflection, the discipline of examining thoughts, emotions, and behavior. This is not self-criticism. It is self-observation. Ask yourself, why did I respond that way? Or what lesson can I draw from this? Such inquiry aligns actions with values, which lies at the core of Stoic practice. Effective reflection focuses on improvement rather than condemnation. Mistakes are opportunities, not verdicts. For example, if minor inconveniences repeatedly trigger irritation, reflection may reveal impatience or unrealistic expectations. Recognizing this pattern becomes the first step toward intentional change. Seneca frequently wrote reflective letters, emphasizing that wisdom arises not from experience alone but from contemplation of experience. Daily reflection sharpens awareness and fosters growth. You can incorporate this practice into your routine by dedicating a few minutes each evening to review the day. Journaling can enhance this process. Consider asking, what went well today? What challenged me? How did I respond to stress? Did I act with kindness and patience? What could I improve tomorrow? Growth also requires stepping beyond comfort. Facing fears, trying unfamiliar tasks, or revising outdated beliefs are acts of courage. Stoicism recognizes discomfort as a signal of potential development. Through these efforts, resilience and confidence expand. Equally important is acknowledging progress. Reflect on how far you have come. Celebrate incremental victories. Recognizing improvement reinforces motivation and sustains momentum. As we conclude this portion of our Stoic exploration, remember that the power to transform doubt into clarity resides within you. By applying Stoic principles, acceptance, reflection, and disciplined action, you cultivate resilience and purpose. Thank you for being part of this journey. Continue exploring, reflecting, and strengthening your inner foundation. Growth is ongoing, and the strength you seek is already within.